Hi everyone, this is Hilary. This is my week 7 assignment video portion for Psych 116. So we were asked to tell a story about ourselves, something that is meaningful to us or that we like to share. So I was thinking about what we had been learning this week as far as communication through listening, carrying on conversations. And it got me thinking about a story I wanted to tell you about. I have a hearing disability, and our textbook touched on hearing disabilities a little bit, but mostly with hearing loss. That's the most common type of hearing disability most people know about. So my disability is actually, I have tinnitus. It's ringing in your ears. I've had it since I was 16 years old. And it doesn't go away. I've had to learn how to live with it, deal with it. And I got it when I was 16 years old. I went to a concert, went in there just fine, and came out with tinnitus. And a few years later, I was already aware of the ringing and what I had by then, but I didn't know I also had some other type of damage to my hearing, and that is called hyperacusis. It's extreme sensitivity to sound. So I'd be walking around and things would just hurt. It hurt, and I didn't understand what was going on. And so my mom and I looked up my symptoms, and that's how we found out that I had hyperacusis. And people who have my condition, you either go to Atlanta, Georgia, or Portland, Oregon for specialists. And there's no cure, but these people at either city, they have techniques to kind of help you learn how to deal with it through counseling and some hearing treatments. So I've had both of these conditions for over 10 years now, and I tell people about it when I meet, a new friend, or if I go on a first date or something. It's just something that people do need to know about, because I can't do everything that everybody else does. I can't go to movies. I can't go to concerts. If I'm around audio speakers of any kind, blasting music at restaurants or the farmer's market, really loud clothing stores, I avoid them. It hurts too much. So that's just something people need to be aware of, that I can't go everywhere. I have to learn to make smart choices about where I go and what I do, and learn other things to do for fun besides going to a movie theater or going to a concert. So, it's important for me to tell people about this because there's not a lot of information out there, and a lot of people, they know about ringing in the ears. Like people who come back from war, soldiers, they have ringing in their ears, and that's starting to bring that condition to the forefront on the news, but a lot of people don't know about hyperacusis. And it's difficult to have, but I've just learned that this is what I have to live with, and I just need to make smart choices, and if I'm in a loud situation, I just need to leave it. I also have earplugs, special earplugs that my doctors in Portland got me fitted for, and they're a lifesaver. I take them with me everywhere I go in case I just need to pop them in there, and that helps me to get away from that loud situation safely and not hurt my ears too much in the process. So what we've been learning about in chapter 7 this week, that just got me thinking about how do you communicate with people if you have a disability, or how do you listen to people. And with my condition, it makes it challenging in some situations. If I'm with a group of people and it's a quiet environment, I can hear them and I'm focused on them. But let's say I'm in a restaurant and there's speakers above my head, and there's lots and lots of voices everywhere, and I'm trying to talk to the person directly across from me. That makes it really difficult. My condition, all I think about at that point is the hyperacusis and how my ears are hurting, and they'll almost feel like they're burning inside. So I'm concentrating on the speaker above my head instead of the person across from me, or the little baby who's crying and the high-pitched sound from their cries. That really bothers me. So I feel kind of bad for the person that I'm trying to have a conversation with, because my focus isn't on them. And I have to re-ask them questions, and just nod my head. Sometimes I'm tuning them out. I don't mean to, but I I'm just elsewhere inside my head, if that makes any sense. What we've been learning about in class has kind of helped as far as techniques about how to listen to people this week. And with my condition, I mean, it's good to learn these skills. I just need to be in an environment where I can actually concentrate on people a little bit better. I mean, I don't want to be defined by my disability, and I don't like asking for special treatments. Like, if I'm in a restaurant, I sometimes have to ask them, could you please turn the music down? It's just too loud. And sometimes they'll do it, sometimes they won't, so I just have to leave. And as far as taking this online class, for me it's safe because I'm not in a classroom where we might be watching a video. I've had situations, I've been back in college for about a year now, and for the most part everything's been fine, but some classes we'll be in there and we're going to be watching a video, and let's say it's like an hour long, and the professor's turning up, kind of loud. I mean, to me it's loud, maybe not to everybody else. But I have to tell them what condition I have, and sometimes they're very supportive and they'll turn it down. I've had a professor turn the speaker that was closest to me off, so the sound wasn't coming directly towards me. So in that case, I was able to stay in that classroom, and I walked away with an A, and it was all because my professor understood, and she was making sure that I was okay and checking in on me every now and then. But lately I did have a circumstance where I was in a particular class, and it was new in the quarter. I'm looking over the syllabus, and we watch a video for, like a couple-hour video at least once a week. And I talked to the professor about it, and he seemed okay as far as, well, try watching the video and see if it hurts you, or if not, we'll figure something out. So I tried it, and of course my ears are burning, it hurt, wasn't working, even with my earplugs. So I ended up having to be like out in the hallway during the video. So I missed out on class discussions. I even missed out on an assignment because I was waiting for it to be safe to go back inside. So in that instance, I ended up dropping the quarter after less than 2 weeks because I was going to be in the hall for like 50% or more of the time, of the class time. So I'm trying to learn how to deal with being back in college and dealing with this disability, what classes are going to be safe for me and which ones I shouldn't take. So as far as online classes, if an assignment of a little video clip is assigned, I can control the volume, it's okay. So in some instances, I'm okay with my disability. I know how to go about life, and other times, like college, I'm still kind of learning what is safe for me and what is not. And yeah, I mean, I have to live with this for the rest of my life, but I'm doing okay, and it's just one little tiny aspect of who I am, and I'm grateful for the people who are supportive. And whenever I find a time for a teaching opportunity such as this, just to tell people, some people have disabilities as far as you can't hear very much, and some people like me, we hear a little bit too much. And for this type of society culture where everything is loud, my condition is starting to go up. I mean, more people are going to have hearing loss or some sort of hearing condition, and I think people should think about that. So that's my little personal story. That's a little part of who I am. It's my everyday life. And I hope you all learned a little something, and yeah, thank you.